Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hardcore Heroes. How are you guys doing today?
Yo, I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Why are you doing great, Nick? You seem super excited.
Just happy to be here, Neal.
Yeah. And why are you just doing okay, Sean?
It's been a busy few weeks. Also, I sold my soul and downloaded Apex Legends, so you know.
Was it worth it?
It's okay. I was not expecting to enjoy a battle royale game, but here I am having fun with it. So,
just like everyone else.
Yeah.
Do you miss your soul?
You know, it doesn't really feel that different.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Maybe we don't need to rescue those people from the shadow plane then.
Show's canceled, everybody. Sorry. Great. Well, it's been some time since we played Hardcore Heroes. It's been some time since the two of you have been in the same spot in Hardcore Heroes. So,
Yeah.
Since the show ended, right? We haven't had a Van Malachi duel episode yet.
We just kind of did behind the scenes, us like buying the mansion and moving it up.
Yeah.
Well, your mansion is here in Bon Theris. I don't know if you guys are both in roll 20. You're not. It's fine. Oh, there he is.
I am.
I'm here.
Good, yeah.
I was here all along.
I'm sorry. I must have misread something. It's my fault. I apologize. You're here in Bon Theris. You guys have an estate out somewhere over here in the western woods.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fairly large mansion. It's got a lead and silver lined basement for experimentation that cannot be scryed upon or dealt with. Unfortunately, it was built by dwarves, but they're gone now, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jeeves has helped Malachi set up a quest to regain the books from that Griffin Tower way back when.
Yeah.
And the books have arrived.
Oh. They did it?
They did it. They succeeded.
They did
on
kill
some
all
level.
of the Griffins, I think. Or a lot.
Nah, there's a bunch left.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah. So, why don't we come back in with the party hanging out in their living room or parlor or something like that? Whatever cozy place they decide they like to socialize in.
Yeah, we don't have the half pint anymore to hang out in. We're a little bit out of town now, but can we not walk to the tavern? I feel like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Come on, Van, let's go to the tavern. That's where we used to do our best thinking.
All right.
You guys head over to the tavern. Let's get you some tavern music going.
Are there any gnome-owned taverns in town by chance?
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Let's make a die roll here. On a natural 1, there's a fucking gnome-owned tavern. Whew, 11. Almost double ones. No.
Would that mean that there's 2 gnome-owned?
It does, but they're both closed for renovations. So you'll have to find a different tavern.
All right.
So I think we sit down. Malachi will go to the bar and buy a couple of whatever beer they've got over here. We used to drink lager back in Shirebrook, but maybe it's an IPA over here.
Mm-hmm. Van's a little bit more sophisticated. He goes for wine.
Oh, wine.
Ooh,
Okay.
wine, yes.
You've changed, I say, putting the wine down. So,
it's faster.
What have you been up to? I feel like we've been living in this town for a few months now. I don't know. I feel like we haven't spoke so much.
Well, I made a wonderful new invention. I can't wait to show it off. But on a more serious note, I've been doing some investigation into the shadow plane.
Yeah. Well, you're not thinking of going back there, are you?
I don't think I have much choice. I did some scrying work, and the people that we left behind, they never passed on. Their souls are still trapped in the realm of shadow.
I don't like where this is going. Look, the last time we were heading in there, it didn't go so well. What if we just make things worse?
I have to try. Mother Elise is in there too, and she helped raise me when I was a kid. I'm not going to leave her behind.
I suppose you're right. The portal. You'd go out, moved it, didn't you? Where did you leave it?
Somewhere in Shirebrook. It's been a while.
I was planning to head over there anyway. I could take a look, and if you give me a few days, I'll come back and I can bring you back with me.
Sure.
And then we can search for it together.
Do you guys still have the demon dowsing rod?
What?
That'll be Nick's purview if we do, because I have no idea what you're even talking about.
The item that you picked up that points the direction to the nearest interdimensional portal?
Oh. Let me check my character sheet.
Who had that? Was that Sean had that?
That's a great question. I
I don't know.
remember.
It might have been on Georg.
Yeah, that'd be
Gone.
real bad. We might need to... I still think we need to de-stone Georg at some point.
I mean, we can check on him, but I'm pretty sure he's been eaten by the Gorgon.
Look, he's been stoned for long enough. He needs to sober up.
Well, turning him back to human form will require a great deal of magic that surpasses even our ability, I believe.
Yeah, we might need to find an expert on the subject.
Like here, there is no one more expert than us.
Well, maybe not generally.
If you tried walking around this town, it's full of wet behind the ear adventurers. and
Well, I went to the next town over, and there's a shrine to Falumbra in the area. I met the clerics there, and I enlisted their help for this cause. So we scryed into the plane of shadow, and it's not just that their souls are trapped there; they're trapped in those bowls that we fought before. It's like this writhing mass inside of them.
The thing that turned Georg into a statue.
Yeah,
There's more than one, or the same one?
I have no idea.
And it's
I would presume there's more than one.
where was it? In the shadow plane?
Yes.
So what? We kill it? They freeze the souls?
We need some way to capture it. And then extract the souls from it. If we can capture it, the cleric that I met can help us with the rest. But we need to be able to capture it and make it harmless.
Do we have to bring it back here?
Yes.
Okay, well, actually, as fate would have it, I actually have a plan. So, I've researched this spell. You've heard of teleportation before. It has its limitations in that you can pretty much only go yourself or with a small collection of objects that don't weigh too much. And also there's a risk that if you don't know where you're going too well, or I assume if you're doing inter-planar teleportation, if that's even possible, there's a risk of not ending up where you want to go. However, I've thought of a way of using runes and magical circles to shore up the process. So here's my pitch, right? We go to the plane of shadow. I inscribe one of these teleportation circles. We fight the Gorgon. We hold it with bands of cerulean. We reduce it, and then we teleport it back through the circle to the material plane.
We'll need some way to hold it for longer than that.
That's a good point.
Well, I suppose if we could hold it for exactly that. If you need to head out to Shirebrook, right?
Yes.
How
Oh,
long
yeah.
does your bands of cerulean last?
Let me see. It's not. Well,
Let me just consult my memory.
it lasts about 15 minutes. Maybe a bit longer.
We'll need to make sure that the teleportation circles work cross planes.
I think it will. I've done the calculations and it uses a different strand of magic to carry out the teleportation, one that isn't dispersed by planar travel.
Part of the issue is Valis needs to be able to study the bull.
Valis? Who's that?
The cleric of Falumbra. It's not as simple as bring the bull and all the problems will be solved. We have to know how to extract the souls from it.
So we'd need to restrain it
For much longer than 15 minutes.
weeks, perhaps, once it came back here.
Hopefully not that long, but if we can find something that can hold it for days, we can probably find something to hold it for weeks.
It was huge. We need some sort of magic force cage or something like that.
Well, we could just look into something straightforward like chains, a muzzle.
I don't know about that. Isn't it made out of steel? Iron?
What's a very strong metal we can do? We get large, thick chains of a very strong, flexible metal like steel that should do the job.
I actually have some mithril lying around downstairs somewhere.
Enough to make armor?
Yeah, a chain shirt actually.
Oh,
It's what it is. It's not much use for you.
Not quite what I was hoping for.
But it potentially could be melted down to make chains.
I'm not sure. Well, here we're not too worried about the lightness of it, though, right? We just need something that's incredibly strong. I was thinking about custom ordering some very, very large and heavy steel chains. Something
Mithril is super strong. I don't know if the chain shirt is enough for what you want, but it is the strongest of the metals.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do they have mithril? We could try and find some.
Mistrea?
I hate to say it, but perhaps the dwarves will know.
Mistrea would know. Mistrea would have plenty, but that's all under the purview of a red dragon right now.
Are we at war with Mistrea right now? Well, not we, but Drakus, at least.
Yeah. I believe so. I think, wasn't there a dragon attack on their armies recently? I don't know. I don't keep up with the news.
So we are probably at the beginning of 1511, maybe the very end of 1510. So no, there's been no dragon attack in Mistria. It's fine. It's fine.
There is still a red dragon up there, and Van was going on about that.
Yeah, we've been talking about
definitely
killing that red dragon for like a long time ago because we wanted to get access to those mithril mines.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
right,
it is a great worm red dragon.
Yeah,
so
it's probably
like the scariest of the monsters in the world.
Yeah, best chance we have is to like reduce an anvil, a really, really big anvil, and then drop it on its head. Cartoon style.
After that last dragon fight in Frofro, anything's possible, really.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that sounds like such a stupidly amazing way to kill a great worm dragon. Just drop an anvil on it.
Okay, so let's play it through. Let's say we get the teleportation circle set up over in the shadow plane. Let's say we hold the Gorgon magically with bands of cerulean or something similar. Then we have to chain it up.
Yes.
Or reduce it, perhaps, and chain it up, because it's going to have to go back through the circle, and that would be... I'd have to make the circle ridiculously large to be able to teleport a full-sized Gorgon. But if we can get it chained up somehow, shrink it, teleport across. The case is chain it to what?
Well, we can always set something up in the mansion. I mean, it's us and Jeeves. It's not like we use every room in there. There's quite a bit of empty real estate, Malachi.
So we bands of cerulean it, teleport it through, and then chain it up in the house.
Somewhere in the basement,
minutes.
I guess.
Within 15 minutes. I'm not keeping it down here. Or down there. We're not here, there. No.
Why not?
Because they could just breathe on me and turn me to stone.
Look, I can move the wines out. There'll be plenty of space.
No, but I won't be able to sit down there without this thing trying to turn me to stone. And that's the real danger.
Well, that's you bands of cerulean it, right?
Yeah, but it's only for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then we chain it up and we muzzle it.
I'm not sure how safe that sounds.
Well, here's the thing. A magical means is dangerous because creatures that large tend to be very resilient to magic.
Wait, I've got a better idea. Okay. This could actually work. So we make some sort of underground cell, yeah? Completely safe and enclosed. I'll put a teleportation circle in the cell, and then we'll go over to the shadow plane, we'll make a circle, and we'll lure the Gorgon. You'll lure it over the teleportation circle, and then from invisible, I will then teleport it into the cell once it stands in the circle.
Well, there's a few problems with that.
Go on.
The first is that if we miss, we then just have to fight the Gorgon.
Yeah.
The second is that if we don't restrain it, I'm worried it could probably bash down a wall. Like if we chained it down, it wouldn't have the leverage to muster most of its strength, right? We could lie it down, chain it to the ground, and then it's going to be pretty much stuck there. But if it's just a perfectly healthy and mobile gorgon in the middle of a sealed off room. I don't really know if it's going to be held there.
No, but maybe we maybe we hire some dwarves and we dig an underground cell like 50 feet below the earth.
Just raw earth.
Yeah, that it's just stuck in, and then maybe it's got a glass roof that the cleric can use to study it through or something like that.
It'd have to be a very nice glass.
Because my worry is, you chain it up in the shadow plane.
Mm-hmm.
Then how do you move it to the teleport circle?
Malachi, do your spells go through glass?
Some, but magic missile, for example, wouldn't. Fireball wouldn't. I don't think. Would it now?
Would your bands of cerulean
Go through glass.
Fireball cannot be cast through glass. Bands of cerulean, you might just need
the
line
bands
of
really
sight.
just like pop up at the target, don't they?
Yeah, they just materialize.
Because a lot of things just require vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah.
I think through a window you could cast bands of cerulean.
Well, there's an idea. We build that underground cell, and then we can restrain it whenever need be. It'll only be for short periods of time, but that could be what we need to do to get Valis.
You mean if we need to study it, we go down, cast the spell, and then...
Well, we cast the spell from above, and then that would give a period of time for Valis to do his thing. I believe I might have something that would last a little bit longer. Let me look.
The problem is, though, I think if the creature is too large for the circle, then it'll just instantly die in the teleportation.
So yeah, I don't think luring it into the... We might need to capture it in the first place, and then just take it to that cell. I think the cell is less a new way to capture it and more a new way to hold it after we've captured it. But we still need to figure out how we're going to capture it.
But I still think teleporting it directly into the cell is the easiest way.
Yes, we can set up the teleportation, but we're going to have to capture it, restrain it, teleport it in there.
But once if we cast Bands of Cerulean on it, how do we then move it to the circle to be able to teleport it?
You said you could reduce it, couldn't you?
Okay, and reduce it, and then... I'm just reading the spell, like, can it then be just picked up? Wait, it wasn't gargantuan, was it, Neal? No, it wasn't.
No. The Gorgon was size large at best.
He is caught and held immobile by the bands, may not move arms and legs, it's still capable of speech, and can place powers on magical items. Could probably still use its breath weapon then.
It would have to have an angle to do it. Right, because the bands will hold it immobile, right? So it wouldn't really be able to move its head too much.
It can make a saving throw versus petrification to bust out with a -4 penalty.
I have...
That's not ideal.
That might help. There we go. How long does this last? 3... This would last a little bit longer, and it would be much more potent. And because he doesn't need to study its mind, he needs to study its soul. I can dominate it mentally. I can completely suppress its will.
Now that would be good, because then you could just walk it into the circle and have it teleport itself through.
Yeah, it would last a little bit longer, just under half an hour. But
I've just had a thought, thinking back to a past life. I'm not sure reducing something that's been Bands of Cerulean is a good idea.
you might need to reduce it, then Bands of Cerulean it.
Yeah, but that would mean
take a bunch of reduces for those spell saves.
It's
I like to imagine spell saves is like an actual terminology in the D&D world. Like somebody saved their spell when they shrug off a magical effect.
Interesting.
I like that being a slang term.
But
mostly because it lets me forget that's game terminology.
It doesn't break immersion anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think you can stand toe to toe with this thing? Assuming that we have some protection against the breath weapon, do you think you can fight it for long enough for us to try this?
For a very short period of time. Honestly, the bull's scary, but so are the demons. We need... I will not last long in a fight with too many of them.
I don't remember it having any way to attack something in the air. If we could ambush it from the skies, I'm not sure it would be able to do much against us.
That could work. Do you have some way of, if you were to reduce it and ban some cerulean in it, do you have some way that you could move it without going down?
No. Well, apart from teleporting it.
Let me see what I have here. Ooh. No, nowhere near strong enough.
Do you know what, though? I wonder if use tongues and then Gaius to sort of command it to...
That could work.
stun.
Could you Gaius such a creature?
No, it might be too strong. Lesser Gaius. Let's have a hit die less.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Well, we need to design this cell first.
Yeah, I'll go talk to some dwarves. I know you have a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, I'll give you the names of the ones that plated the basement. I'm going to go to Shirebrook and get a circle set up over there so we can both go back through in a few days' time and look for this portal.
Now, are you sure you want to go to Shirebrook by yourself?
I'm going to check first. So, as we're sitting in the bar, I will mumble a few words and roll my eyes into the back of my head and cast Clairvoyance on Aldrich's Tower, the study. See if it remains safe.
Alrighty, let's... Here...
Say Aldrich's Tower. I mean my tower.
It's not your tower.
It's more my tower than Aldrich's.
Alright, so you gaze into the location that once was Aldrich's Tower, and instead all you see is a broken down, fallen over pile of rocks.
Shit. So, am I outside then? Can I see the rest of Shirebrook?
Yeah, you can sort of look around. Shirebrook has been badly damaged. The keep has been wrecked. The town itself is more or less intact. There's definitely destructions. Like a swath of buildings here are gone, but all the buildings on the other side of the street are fine. There's no sign of fire damage anywhere, just things being knocked over and destroyed.
But is there a plethora of demons wandering the streets?
There are 0 demons in sight.
Alright, well, that fills me with hope. So I say I finish my pint. My eyes roll back in the front of my head. I finish my pint and say, well, I have the spells prepared today, so I'm going to go and check it out. I need to go on my own at first to set up the circle. But I'll be back in a few days' time.
All right, I'll go talk to the dwarves.
And then
Careful out there. I'm not sure the demons are all gone. They came like a wave and then they just kind of vanished.
yeah, well, we need to. Perhaps before we go delving straight into the Shadow Plane, we should do more research about what these demons are actually doing over here, because
Maybe
I think the towns that aren't destroyed are now no longer being attacked, so they're doing something.
Yeah, and we also need to find a way to deal with the breath weapon of that bull.
So I think I actually have a protection from breath weapons scroll, and Neal, if we spend some time, I think I can make those, can I?
Maybe. There's also a protection from petrification scroll, which might be more specific to what you need.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know which one's harder to make, and I also don't know which one's better beneficially. I've been looking for the scroll research thing, and I can't find the
So, what, if we were to kill the Gorgon, would the souls be released? I ask Van.
We don't know. Neither of Alice or I knows.
Because it would be easier to kill it and then somehow capture the souls than it would be to bring.
Would it be? Do you have any way to capture free souls?
I don't know, but it feels like something that could be done.
Maybe. I don't have any means of doing so, but I can think on it.
And like I said, I'm going to be gone for a few days, so maybe you could explore that avenue as well, because that Gorgon killed Georg in a matter of minutes, and we would be dealing with this thing for a long period of time, and it would only take one small mistake to get got. You don't want to get got.
Nobody wants to get got.
No.
I can think on it. Maybe Valis to be able to do something. I think if we're going to be siphoning all the souls directly from the shadow plane, that's going to be the work of some cooperation. I'm not sure it's a one-man job.
Cooperation with who?
Another cleric, presumably one of Falumbra.
Could we not bring this Valis woman with us?
Valis is not exactly a combative person. Not really suited to the ways of war.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the more people we bring, the more scrolls we have to make.
Yeah.
If we were to bring anyone, I'd want to bring a hardened fighter, somebody like Tyrus Bellows.
Yeah. Funny about that. I think he may have been killed in the demon invasion.
That's unfortunate.
Haven't seen him around anyway, at least. I've tried sending him messages in his dreams, but I seem to be met with a brick wall, so I think perhaps he's passed over to the other side.
Lies are stacking up. You're going to be able to keep him in order?
Yeah.
I think you might have told me that you murdered him a long time ago. I don't even remember.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. Page 119 of the DMG talks about how to make protection scrolls.
Perfect.
Protection scrolls require 6 days of work. During this time, the spellcaster must be undisturbed, breaking only for food and sleep, and then a minimum of each. If the spellcaster halts before the transcription is complete, the entire effort fails, and all the work done to that point is not. After the work is completed, the DM checks. There's the formula. If the attempt fails, the scroll is cursed in some way. Yeah. So it takes you 6 days.
And is there a list of the things that...
Oh, there's a list of protection scrolls. I found
There's a list of protection scrolls in the back of the DMG.
Yes. Protection from petrification. There is no protection from breath weapon general, so we'd want petrification.
Right. Okay.
With the reader of the scroll, everyone within its confines is absolutely immune to all attack forms, magical or otherwise, that turn flesh to stone.
For how long?
5d4 rounds.
And it's everyone, so we'd only need one scroll per encounter.
10-foot radius, so you'd have to be very, very close to me.
Well, that's okay. So if we had like 5 of those,
we'd be good for a while.
Yeah.
It moves with the reader of the scroll, so it's sort of like an aura of protection. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a lot better than I thought. I thought it was like a +4 bonus or something, but I will absolutely take that.
Okay.
But yeah, if you can make those, that'd be fantastic.
So that's definitely something worth doing, yeah. We're definitely not going to fight the Gorgon without that. But I seem to remember it hit like a truck anyway.
Yeah, no, that's not... In fact, if we could find a fighter to bring with us, that would be excellent. But we'd need I don't know, someone like Darth.
Someone like Darth. Maybe we could go and speak with Darth.
Well, maybe not. Darth had a good heart, but was he really... I think we might have surpassed him by quite a bit at this point. Unless he's been doing more work on his own.
Let's be honest, we'd surpassed him when we first met him.
He was a very capable fighter. I wouldn't put him down too much.
Was he? I seem to remember him basically almost getting himself killed and then running around uselessly in every fight.
No, I remember him doing some work. Look, he had a lot of learning to do. He didn't have our hardened adventurer experience, but he had a lot of talent in the ways of martial combat.
I liked Darth, and I felt bad about some of the things that I said to him. And I wouldn't mind just making sure that he's not dead.
I don't know if I want to bring him to that place, though.
Yeah, whether he can help us or not, I think, given that we can teleport now, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to go and visit Darth.
Perhaps we could... There might be some people in Bond Theris looking for this opportunity.
Maybe. Well, it's a
great beast.
something else you could look into, I suppose. But
Is there a gladiator area in this place?
Not in Bontheris, but in Outlast. If we scroll, it's far to the west, the northwest of Drekis, way over here. There are arenas of all kinds, gladiators, champions. It's a fairly militaristic area. It's the Sparta of Drekis.
You know, Malachi, we could go to Outlast and offer a large gold sum and bragging rights to anyone who comes and helps us capture this bowl. And think about it, it's arenas, right? So there's probably going to be some good showmanship from those fighters. They probably know how to fight with nets.
I like that. That's a good idea.
People like that might be more suited to restraining a beast than we are.
Not a bad idea. All right, I'm gonna go check on Shirebrook tonight. I'll be back in a few days' time. Follow up on some of these leads, and we'll.
I'm going to go to the dwarves. We should go to Outlast together. It's quite a journey.
Yes.
I'm gonna also write a letter. Anyways, go do your business. I'll see to the work here.
All right. So I cast polymorph self.
What do you polymorph into?
A robin. I fly out of the window of the tavern
without paying your bar tab. Perfect.
Yeah. And then Van sighs and goes up to the front counter.
Then I go back to our estate. Actually, I can get there quite quickly. Yeah. I want to go and we haven't specified, but I think I need like silver and some shit to make one of these teleportation circles. So I'll go and grab that material from the basement.
Right. You never sent me the spell, right? You were supposed to write up a description and...
I thought we'd wrote it down once upon a time. In fact, we even did like an after session discussion on it.
That sounds right, but I don't see it in my spell list anywhere.
No.
Let me look. I believe you sent it in a chat that I had access to. So let me look up ring in here.
I'm trying to look through our chat, but all our chat is Brexit talk. It's not particularly useful.
I've searched our chat and not found it.
Nothing in here. Huh. So, I mean, if not, what's the spell right now? I recall you wanted to make like teleporting rings that you could travel between.
I think basically you make a circle, you bless it in some way, and then you cast a level 5 spell to add it to like a network of circles. And then the next time you cast the spell,
it has no chance of failure. Yeah.
Anything from within the circle can move to any one of the other circles. Mm-hmm. If it's outside of the circle at all, I think they instantly die. Mm-hmm. Or is destroyed and lost. Mm-hmm. I know, and I think it was said that it could go cross-plane.
Let me look in for chat or hardcore heroes. Oh no, you decommissioned the hardcore heroes.
Yeah, that's it.
It might have been there. Ah, shit.
Well, I guess it's possible it's in here. Let's like teleport. Wait, you people aren't part of this chat.
Do we even have? Oh, it's called Super Cool Kids Club.
Yeah, I searched in it, but start pulling up results from people who aren't in that chat room. Odd.
Well, why don't we take a short break?
Yeah.
And when we come back from the break, we'll, stuff. So you guys will decide.